Hey everyone, you are getting 2 lives from me in 1 week. This is a record. So I just couldn't stop myself because I believe it was Shayna Davis that posted in the group, maybe it was yesterday, I'm not sure, or sometime, and I started reading this whole thread about people, ladies, wanting to get from their full-time job into the job that they really want and to be able to create and make and just live this whole different life from what they're doing right now. And it struck a chord with me because I have been in that exact same place, and it's a hard place to be, and sometimes we don't know how to get out of that place. But I'm going to share with you the whole reason. No, again, hold on, baby. Again, my kids are here, they've got friends over and all that. So I'm going to tell you a real quick little secret on why you're stuck where you are and why you are where you are. Okay? Hey, she's adorable. I've got notes, y'all, because I was reading this thread of like, yeah, I'm in this job and I want to be in this job and I want to move from here, and then other people that have done it are like, you just have to do it, or like y'all gave some great points in there. And I'm just gonna tell y'all a quick story. For the first few years of my business, I was stuck for a long time because I did not, one, believe in myself. I was in a bad situation. I was in a bad relationship, and I hated being there. And I just got to a point where I was done. I was going to do whatever it took to get out of it. Now, I'm not saying you're in a bad situation, but the fact is we are always going to have that desire in our hearts that we want more. That's how God created us, to always want more and to want more out of life. And here's the number one reason you are where you are, whether it's good or bad or whatever, but it's because, drumroll please, desire. That's the bottom line to it, okay? So, I've got my notes. The desire to change has to be greater than the desire to stay safe and small. Our subconscious is great about trying to protect us, and like we have this inner little girl in us like, ooh, let's don't do that because that's scary. And it comes out of love. We want to stay safe and we want to stay with what we know because change can be so scary. But the reason you do not have, I'm going to give you a major truth bomb right here. The reason you do not have that business that you want is because of desire. So what you got to do is you've got to feel into that desire and decide really, really what you want. Take some time and journal it and say, what do I want out of life? Because once you get clear on that, then you can go forward and move. Like, I get that you may be overwhelmed. You may be in a place where you're like, I don't know what to do. I have no idea how to start a business. That's an overwhelming thought. But when you get stuck and you get clear about your desire and that you really want this thing, then you're going to be able to move from here to here, and you can start that whole process. There's a whole bunch of women in here that have their own business, and I guarantee you they all felt just like you did when you're just like, I want this business, but I'm scared. I'm scared to take that leap of faith, and you know that you need that leap of faith, but it's just a matter of fact of getting there. Like, I totally get that, and my heart goes out to you because the thing is, I know you can do it, because if I did it, anybody can do it, because I don't have anything that, I don't have something that you don't have. It's all, like, I really believe, like, God knew that you were going to have this desire to start your business, like, way back when, and He's already planted all those tools inside you. So you have that potential inside you, and you have exactly every single thing you need. All you need is to get out of your own way and to get into the desire of, like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I need to go for. So, you've got to just, that subconscious tells you to stay small because it's a safe place, but you've got to move yourself from that, out of that, that small, like, I'm okay here, to like, no, I want this. Life's amazing. Life is grand. Life is a whole adventure, and you've got to get to that next place. Got an audience here. The truth is, if you really want it, you're going to create it, because that's how women work. When we need something, we figure it out. If we have to get into that next gear, if our children need something, if we know, like, oh my gosh, we've got to have this. What? I'm sorry, I can't deal with that right now. Mommy's doing this. I love you. Okay, just give me a little bit, okay? Okay. What? No, this is love. All this is gonna be in there. So we figure it out. That's one thing that women do. Like, we get in there and we figure out. So this thing right here, the whatever you're wanting, this business where you want to leave healthcare or the full-time job to go to this, you can do it. Like, you seriously can. You are going to have to believe in yourself enough to do it. And I didn't believe in myself for a long time. Even after I was in my business for many years, like, I didn't believe that I could really do it. So my focus was unclear. I didn't have the desire because I didn't know what I wanted. So here is my challenge to you. I want you to get to a point where you focus on the solution instead of focusing on the problem. It is so easy to sit there and say, like, I can't have this because of this or this. And, you know, that just the whole, like, mindset thing where you're just, like, focused on all the stuff that you can't have, or the reasons you can't have it, the reasons you can't quit your 9 to 5 to go to this awesome new business that you want. You got to get all out of that and focus on that solution. Get in the feeling of, like, okay, what would your life look like if you really did have this awesome job, this awesome, sure, that's fine, this awesome thing that you want? What would your life look like? So here's your challenge. Here's your little challenge, because this was a big thing that changed my business. I want you to go buy yourself a pretty journal, or if you have a journal, get a journal. It has to be on pen and paper. Skip the techno on this because we don't want to do it on the computer. There's something that happens when you are physically writing out something. Your brain and your heart and your pencil, you all align, and things magically happen when you start journaling with pencil and paper. So the first thing I want you to do is to describe your ideal day. If you could have anything you want and you could have the perfect day, what would that look like? Go into detail. I wake up in the morning and this happens and this happens, and then I go to this job and I get to create this thing and I get to work with these people. Go into detail and to describe all that out. Put that out there of what you want to be or what you want to have and what you want to do, and just start getting into that desire, feeling into it. What's it going to feel like when you have that dream job? And like I remember so specifically, I was in such a bad place in my life, and I was sitting at my kitchen table and I was in tears, and I had 2 little babies surrounding me, and I had no idea what we were going to do. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, I wish I could create beautiful things, like beautiful business cards and websites for business owners, like lady business owners. Do you think I knew how to get into that and do that, like from A to Z? Like, oh, I'm going to do this and this. No. Like, my success map looked like this. Like, I was all over the place, because it just all unfolds when you just get into that desire. I was just like, you know what? I don't know how this is going to work, but it's going to work, because I'm so tired of being where I am. So just journal. Like, seriously, describe what your ideal day looks like. Describe what that looks like when you go to the job that you love, and just get into as much detail and as much feeling as that. And then 3, the second thing, this is a big one. Why do I think I don't have that? Okay, so why don't you have that? Journal that question. It is so important. Your answers are going to reveal self-limiting beliefs and what stories you're telling yourself, because you're telling yourself of like, well, I can't do this because my husband doesn't approve, or I can't do this because I don't have the income to do it. You know what? You may not have the income to do it. You may not have a spouse that's on board at this moment, but the thing is, you can get there, okay? You've got to believe that you can. This is not some huge big thing. Like, seriously, women all over the internet, in this group even, are doing this very thing. So it's something that's very, very attainable. You just have to have the desire and the belief that you can do it. So that's your challenge, okay? Do the journal thing. Like, write down your ideal day of, like, what your ideal day looks like, your ideal job. If you could have anything you want right now, put that into words, and then ask yourself why you don't have that. And just keep free-flowing journaling. I don't have that because I don't have enough time. I don't have that because I'm stuck in this, or like all those excuses. Like, start looking at them, and then when you go, why don't you have enough time? Well, I have to do this and this, and keep journaling. And all those little stories that you're telling yourself, we got to just bust on through them. I know it's hard to get from like imagining your life completely different, but guess what? You're worth it, and your life's worth it. We only get one shot, so you might as well make it amazing. Like, I know so much of the world is scary right now, but you totally deserve to have this whole life that you love. Okay? So I was writing like 5 pages of notes going through y'all's thread. I just want to make sure. Yeah, and so, like, again, pay attention to what you say to yourself every day when it comes to this. Oh, I can't do this because there's too many people already doing this, or you know what, who cares about that? Seriously, if it's something you really want to do, like, you've got your own spin on it. Nobody's going to do it the exact way you do it. You're going to bring something unique to that, okay? And the world really needs like what you have to say, because God put those dreams inside of you and he wants to see them realized. Like, he seriously wants to give you the desires of your heart. You just have to believe that you can do it, and to know those desires, to know what they are, so you can get out there and get them done. So, and I'm sure you've heard this before a million times, because we hear it all the time in today's society. Our thoughts create our reality. Like, they seriously do. Whatever you're telling yourself, those stories that you're telling yourself every day, like, that completely creates your reality. When I was stuck in a bad relationship, you know, in a bad marriage, it was someone who totally made me feel so horribly small. I bought into it. I believed that about myself, you know. But then when I finally was like, wait, no, I know I deserve more than this. Hey, baby. And I was able to start building myself a new story. Start telling yourself new stories. No, I can do this. I'm telling you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's just a matter of how much you believe in yourself, how much you think you're worth, and just don't feel overwhelmed. It is. It's going to be scary. It's going to feel uncomfortable. I'll get those up in just a minute. Because it's something new, and your subconscious is going to be freaking out a little bit, like, whoa, let's not change things up. You know what? This could be scary. It's going to try to protect you. But you need to look at your subconscious and look at that small inner little girl inside of you and be like, hey, you know what? I totally appreciate you looking out for me. But we're going to do this. And you can stay right over here. We're safe. It's okay. And you're going to, you know, just slowly start doing something every day. Whether it's mindset work or whatever it is, learn as much as you can. Learn about starting to build a business. But number one, before you do anything, is start that mindset work where, yes, I do deserve this. I can have this. It's America. Like, we can have it. Seriously, you know. There's nothing to really stop us other than our own selves. And once you get out of your own way, things can happen. Okay? So, I see y'all in here, and knowing how much, yes, I complain way too much about, like, my kids are here and I don't have enough time. And that's my own mindset work. Like, I was like, wait, no, I totally have enough time. I totally can do this. I totally can rock a business and raise my kids at the same time. Like, I can. Like, I was talking to my daughter about that, and because I want her to realize, like, you are able to have anything that you want out of life. What are you doing?
Nothing.
My son's here right now. This is Ryder. And I want her to know that she can have it all. Like, literally, she can have it all. But if she tells herself, that's too hard, so I can't do it, or I don't have enough time to do that, then that's exactly where we're going to get. But once I got to the point, I'm like, no, I can totally rock this business this summer and make more. You know, my income goals are always going up and always striving more, because I deserve that. And that's where my worth is now. Like, I know that I can have more, and I know that I have everything inside me to get more. So, because that desire's there, like, it just keeps going up and up and up. So, do the journal thing. Like, I'm serious. Every day. Write why you don't have that. Whatever problem you're having on that day. Like, why don't I have this? Why, you know, or just write what you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to have. Bring it into light. I'm going to open some pickles right quick. Ugh. See? Mama can do it. Mama gets it done. So, let me see. I could talk about this. I'm probably going in a scatterbrained way, because it's a subject that's very passionate to my heart, because it gets me when I see other women wanting this, when I just want to be like, guess what? You can do it too. I know you can, because I did it. And I was in a bad place. It could have been worse. It could have been better. We're all there. We all have our stuff. But you know what? We can always make it. We can always get that. We can always get to that thing that you want. So I know so many women right now who are, no, I'm not a motivational speaker. I just know it works because I've been there and I've gone through, you know, like, I started working on business tactics and growing my email list and marketing, and all of that's important. Once I started working on the mindset stuff and realizing that I was worth it and that I could have all this, that's what really changed for me. So while the other stuff's important, I'm very passionate about mindset work, because once you get to that, then you start seeing success. Like, that's, my business completely turned around when I started working on, 1, my money beliefs, and 2, my own beliefs about myself, and 3, of like, wow, wait, what do I really want? What do I want this business to look like in a year, 5 years, whatever, you know, and just start from there. And working every day, this is so important to get another truth bomb right here, is operating from, that's fine, it's okay, pickle juice on my notes. It's all right. We all roll with it. When you start operating from love instead of fear. I just read this book, and it was huge for me. I'm going to see if I have it. It's probably in my room because I have a stack of books in my room. No, what is it? Hold on. Y'all, this is important to me because it's going to be important to y'all. I don't know. It's the little blue book. I don't know where I put it. Oh, right here. This one. It's going to be backwards because I kicked my tripod.
Wait,
okay.
Can I chat?
Well, yeah. See how they're talking down there. Okay. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see this is backwards. Marianne Williamson, The Law of Divine Compensation. If you own a business, if you are wanting to get into a business, if you have anything, if you've ever used money, I think you should go out and get that book. I bought it or I told my mom about it. She read it. She loved it. I gave it to my sister. I have a copy for my stepmom, and I hope you're watching because this is for you because she's going through this exact same thing. And it's a really good book about just learning to really operate from love instead of fear. And knowing that once you do that, once you make that choice of like, I'm going to live with a wide open heart and I'm going to live with knowing that I deserve all this stuff, then you can get to a place like God. I really believe in this book talks about this, how he just orchestrates everything. He just directs the universe to start making changes. Once you start figuring out what's in here and figure out what's in here and deciding what you really want and you put that out there, things start shifting and ways become possible. And it doesn't mean, yeah, you're going to be able to quit your job tomorrow and start this. Maybe you can. If you had the mindset to believe that you could, like I believe that you totally could. But you can start making those changes and showing up consistently in those small steps. They add up every day. So, if you believe it, you can achieve it. As cheesy and cliche as that sounds, it's just the truth. That's the bottom line. So, let's see it. Let me go over my notes real quick because I don't want to forget anything. Again, do that journal. Like, seriously, ask yourself why you can't have it. And keep going and keep going and digging in there. And you're going to find out, oh, I can't have it because I just told myself this is the reason or this is the reason. And start busting through it because you can do anything. I'm telling you, like, seriously, I didn't believe it myself for a long time. And I had to add this, like Bev mentioned in one of the comments, she was saying, like, a steady paycheck would have been great sometimes, and I agree. Once you get to the point where you're like, oh, cool, I do have enough money. God's paying my bills now. It's awesome. But she was saying, like, yeah, sometimes you have to, like, oh, I remember being stuck, and I was working 40 hours a week. And I was like, this is it. I can't do any more because this is how much they're going to pay me. And I thought, you know what? I mean, overtime wasn't an option. Getting another job wasn't an option because I had a small child. And that limit right there is very difficult. But if you have your own business, it's amazing how easy it is to figure out how to come up with that money. If if you're needing something, like I said, women figure it out, whether it's a necessity or because you want it. And when you have your own business, it is so awesome. I always say, like, well, I'll just make more money. If I want to go on this trip, I'll just make more money. And we do. Like, we seriously do. Like, it works. It sounds simple and it sounds almost silly, but even just a few years ago, it wasn't that way. So once I started working on this mindset, and reading as much as you can, and started looking at millionaires and what their kind of mindset was and what their success habits were, and you find, you got to get sometimes you have to get an alter ego because women are their own worst critics. And I'm going to wrap this up because I know y'all have something better to do than at 4 o'clock on a Saturday than to listen to me go on and on. But sometimes you just, when you can't believe in yourself enough to do it, you're going to have to adopt an alter ego. And sometimes, y'all, I'm Elle Woods because she got stuff done. And so, like, she just would figure it out. And she would never just, if someone said something negative to her, she was like, okay. And she went on. And I take things to heart, and I do very much. And so sometimes I really have to channel my inner Elle Woods or my inner Reese Witherspoon because I think she's a huge role model for women of getting out there and doing what you want to do. So, okay, that's all I have for you, other than just to say, if you want that business, if you want to quit that 9 to 5, then really feel into that and start visualizing that. What would that look like for you? Write that out. Like, what would that look that from the moment you woke up to the moment you went to bed? If you could have any day that, your best day, your ideal day, what you're working on, and not getting up going to that 9 to 5 job, but going out to your studio to create something. Write that down and then tell yourself why you can't have it and start working on those mind blocks because you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. And God wants you to have it. I guarantee you he does. If he put it in your heart, there's a reason for it. So you work through that and get it, because you can do it. Okay, that's all I have. That is it. Thank y'all very much for being here in this group. I love you all. If you have any questions, just post, later. And thank you, Erin. Thank you very much. If you have any, like I said, if you have questions on any of the lives, I guess I'm doing those now because this is twice in 1 week and I never do them. But anyway, post it, because I will, even if you're watching this after it's not live, post it, because I will be happy to answer any questions. So here's what I want you to do. If you get your journal, let's do this together this week, okay? This next week, new week tomorrow. Let's start journaling together. Every morning I get up and oh, thank you so much, Mador. Yeah, I bought this Brave Girls box when they were selling those. I don't think they do anymore. And it had this huge poster in there, and I just love it. So I put it on there. Anyway, every morning before my children get up and before I start my day, before any work happens, I sit there and I have my journal. And it's for gratitude and for my goals and for, doing that. Like, mindset work is a continual work that you have to do. You have to keep doing and keep refining it, 'cause just last week, or just yesterday, y'all, I was so stuck in a funk. After I did the live and stuff, things just got worse from there. Like, I'd set an intention that morning to play and have fun, and because I love doing that at work, knowing that, I can play and I can have fun, and then just doesn't have to be just, the grind. And anyway, like, I was just upset last night, and I was like, wait, I got in the shower this morning, and I was like, who the heck do I think I am? I'm the queen of this life, and I'm going to make it as beautiful as I want it to be. I deserve to have beautiful things and to be surrounded by those, so I don't know why I was letting these, like I'm just saying, it's just the constant, refining your own mind and realizing that there's nothing that can get in your way besides your own self. Like, seriously, okay? So I'm really going, because I could be on here forever about this. So leave your comments. Go get your journal. If you get your journal this week, let me know, and let's start doing some journaling together. I get up every morning and I, put my income goals in there, put my goals in there. Anything I'm having problems with, like any mindset stories, I put those down in there so I can bust right through those. And I would love to see if anybody else does that, because it just helps a ton. So go get off here. Nobody needs to be listening to me ramble. It's a beautiful day outside, and I will talk to you later. Bye.